last night what we were also doing is we were playing a jig to reel dance. Was our last one
Yeah.
jig to reel?
Yeah.
So we were starting out. This was actually the set we did just a minute ago, where we were playing the G minor, and then it went to A.
Yeah.
But so that one we start with a jig in G minor. We're going, and then we go into a reel in G minor. So we like to have that feel slow and then feel faster to sort of just sort of to let people dance both ways, give people a change, give a bit more variety. So that was not mostly about making it easier for people to do the no walkthrough, and it was more about giving people sort of a little more variety. But that's also a good thing to do.
Yeah, another thing that we like to do, and the caller also helps a lot with this, of deciding the level of energy between dances. You can't just do 5 really, really high energy dances and expect, you know, everyone to be full out. And so varying the potentially tempos, but the overall feeling. So the dance before that, we had a really, really strong dance, and then we brought it down just a little bit to give kind of a break between that, and then built it up. So that's something that I like to work with the caller with as well in regards to that, of creating kind of a program for the evening.
So you have a flow through the whole evening.
Yeah.
So you've got an evening flow and then a flow through each of the individual dances.
Yeah,
and then
exactly.
through the
Because you would do
tunes.
5 really high energy ones and then 5 really slow energy ones. It's just,
And that's a collaboration with the caller.
Yeah.
Like the caller is sort of planning the evening and planning their dances, and some dances lend themselves better to higher energy music or sort of more subdued music. And so we need to work with them and make good music for their dances.
Yeah.
Let me ask you another question here. One of the things that it seemed to me that you guys did a lot of is you played with a lot of variety tonight. There seemed to be you're playing a lot with the tempo. You had slow dances, fast dances, loud dances, soft dances. It seems like there was a lot of variation there. But the other thing is, I listen to you guys play, and it's just there's a freshness. You're playing the tunes. We all know those tunes, but yet you're bringing a freshness into it. Do you know what you're doing that gives that kind of sound
Years
to
of
it?
playing together?
Is that,
Yeah, I think
That's not what you would make. That's not what I would expect to make things sound fresh.
I mean, it's just you have something. There's just something a little different. It's like this is wow, this is exciting. So.
I think part of it is that we have been playing together for a few years, and we've put our own take on a lot of these. Because when we started playing together, we were mostly playing out of the Portland books, and we started out, playing those chords, and then we were thinking, okay, well, what are ways to make these more interesting? Because we got bored, and we wanted to keep playing together.
Like, we definitely didn't sound like this when we first started as a band, I can tell you that.
So we have changed some things about sort of the way so I think when we first started, we were doing a lot of unison melody, and then piano playing the rhythm. And I think some of the way we sound is the sort of tight collaboration between me and Amy, where so if you're playing piano and like it's your job to do the rhythm, you're responsible for like bass stuff, but also sort of both of your hands are like pretty busy all the time, and it's the dancers really need both of the things you're doing. But I'm doing a lot of the stuff that a traditional piano player would be doing with their right hand, and so that frees up Amy to do somewhat different things.
Yeah, definitely. And I think another thing is that we don't always stick to the melody.
Yeah. That's something that's changed, I think, the most recent is that the evolution of like, oh, this one time through, we don't necessarily need the melody. And now I know people have various opinions on this.
Or you might like play the bass of the melody, but throw in some other notes.
Yeah. So, there you have it.
That's great stuff. So, all right.
Awesome. Well, thank you.
Well, thank you.
Yes, thank you.